friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for coming to check out my channel and check out another one of my builds. If this is your first time here, you should definitely hit that subscribe button because it is 100 subscriber October. That's what I'm shooting for. As of this recording, I have 87 subscribers and it is the 22nd. So I have a few more days to get those 13 subscribers to get up to 100. I'm going to be super, super stoked when that happens. So please, please, if this is something that you like, subscribe to my channel. And also, if you like this video, hit that like button. So today we are building a Victorian dream house. It is available for download on the Sims 4 gallery under Victorian Dream, or you can just search for the hashtag snark. My origin ID is jessrassic-snark. This has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. In the upstairs, you could probably redecorate one of the bathrooms to be like a child's bedroom, to be a smaller bedroom if that's something you wanted to do. So you could always just kind of switch it around and do 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. This is 118,089 simoleons, and I built it on a 40 by 30 lot in Windenburg. Obviously, you can see next to the Goth's house. So I am really proud of this build. It came out really, really well. I used a picture that I found on Pinterest as an inspiration. I only had the front of the house to go by, so the wraparound porch and the back of the house, all of that I kind of just had to figure out myself. I had a hard time using the room tool to build the wraparound porch, so I ended up just like building walls and then replacing those walls with fences. If you do go to download this, make sure that you have the bb.moveobjects cheat on. That's going to be true for just about all of my builds. You're going to want to make sure that you get that cheat on because otherwise stuff's going to drop to the floor. I did notice that when I moved this house to a different lot in order to be able to upload it into the gallery, a bunch of the columns disappeared randomly, which shouldn't happen because I don't think at this point I even had the move objects cheat on yet. But anyway, so make sure you put that cheat on. So one thing that I wanted to talk about in this build is the roofing. I had a tough time, and usually I'll leave out when I have a tough time with the roofing, trying to figure this section here specifically. Usually I'll leave that out of my builds, but I know that's something that a lot of folks have a hard time with. So I wanted to make sure that I left it in so that you could see my kind of trial and error. It's not like we're experts and we just like know how to do it. No, we have to go back and forth, trial and error, figure it out, figure out what we want to do. You know, I had tried to build a wall. Clearly that wasn't working, so I deleted that. And then I eventually ended up just shortening this so that it would do what I wanted it to do. And then I put a little room on top of it so that I'd be able to use the, what do you call those? Not a freeze, the other one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I want to make sure that I left that on here because this roofing is pretty creative. I think this is probably one of the best jobs I've done with roofing in The Sims 4. So I just really wanted to make sure that I left it in here. Let me know what you think, if you think this is impressive or if you're just like, meh, I've seen that before. Let me know, because don't say that though. That's just mean. I'll be sad if you do that. So, yeah, and then also obviously roofing for a wraparound porch is also usually difficult. So usually I use that, not a gable, I forget what it's called, the hipped roof that's only hipped on 3 sides to do wraparound porches. That's usually what I do. And then I just use that duplicate tool to make the second, what do you call it? Wow, I have such a hard time with vocabulary, y'all. Like as I've been getting older, I'm not even that old. I'm like 31. And I'm still like, oh goodness gracious. I'm like always having trouble trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. I'm having a hard time. But anyway, so I did play around with the layout a little bit. I did end up extending the second floor just to match up with the chimney. That's the only part of this build that I'm kind of like on the fence about whether or not I love it. I mean, it's fine, whatever. Yeah, so I love this house, this build. This is like one of my favorite things, again, like I said, that I've built in a long time. It's really about all the little details, you know? Using the freezes, using the, oh, it's happening again. What the heck is the word? At the top of the porch, over the fence. Oh my god, I made sure that I looked it up so I wouldn't do this. But anyway, the detailing um, along the edge of the roof, the friezes, the columns, that kind of stuff. If you're trying to figure out why, your builds don't look like things you see on YouTube, details. Use lots of details. That will help you out a lot. Um, in this build, I also got rid of, or not got rid of the footage, but I left out a lot of the footage of some of the bedrooms or one of the bedrooms and most of the bathroom, all of the bathrooms. I think I left all of the footage of building that out because I really wanted this to be under 30 minutes, first of all, but I also wanted to make sure that I had room to include the landscaping, which I normally don't do. So that's at the very end. That's the very last thing that I do. So if you want to skip closer to the end of the video, you'll be able to see that. And then also the video tour is, I forget, probably somewhere around like the 24-minute mark, something like that. I'll put it in the description. Of course, if you made it this far, you're probably just going to watch the whole thing. So thanks if you're still here. Appreciate it. um, so um, the picture that I was using had this little balcony. You can go out and stand there, and like you could like take pictures of your Sims standing there. But there's not really room to put anything out there because it's only 2 squares. But I think it looks pretty good. So there wasn't really any roof detailing on the building, on the picture that I was using. In fact, I don't think it even had the chimney on the right-hand side. It only had the one that's coming off of the spire. Why can't I think of any words today, y'all? I'm sorry. I don't know what's up with me. Words. But anyway, so I didn't put any roof detailing. I do eventually change it, change the roof tiling to be something different. Because I like these shingles here, but I actually really prefer like the semicircle shingles for this. I also have like a really great custom content roof shingle that I want to use at some point on a Queen Anne Victorian. But this build has no custom content. I am planning on doing a custom content build for a Queen Anne eventually. So I stole this idea from Devin Bumpkin. He always does like a palette. He'll like make a wall and then put the different types of windows and doors that he wants to use, and even like wallpapers and that kind of stuff. So I use this window again for detailing from the vampire pack. I do change the color. It looks ridiculous, but I do change the color of the windows to be a little bit more of like a muted tan color. Again, it's all about detailing for these types of builds to make them look spectacular, and so that's kind of what you have to do. And then because of the freezes in the roofs, I had to use the Alt key to move the windows around. So again, make sure if you download this, you do the bb.moveobjects cheat, because otherwise stuff's going to move around and look weird. So thanks to everyone who's subscribed to my channel so far. Thanks to everybody who has, commented and liked my videos. I really, really appreciate it. I'm getting really close to the point where I'm going to be able to start monetizing. So y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. I would really love to do this like all the time. I do want to give a shout out to a YouTuber that I have recently just like fallen in love with, and I think it's because I have recently gotten really into custom content and modding. I just looked. I have like 4.56 gigabytes of custom content in my mods folder right now, and like the entire Sims 4 folder is only like 5.6 gigabytes. So like literally 4/5 of my folder for The Sims is all custom content. But anyway, and it's partially due to the fact that I really have fallen in love with watching the Sims Gallery. The Sims Gallery YouTube channel here on YouTube, obviously. She's awesome. She, finds all of this really great custom content and all these really great themes, beach houses, a fisherman's house, artist loft, that kind of stuff. It's really, really like just detail oriented and super cool. She also has a couple of Maxis Match videos as well, because personally I prefer Maxis Match, but some alpha stuff you can kind of blends in a little bit. But anyway, so the Sims Gallery, she's awesome. She does some really good stuff. And she recently, just the other day or yesterday maybe, released a tips and tricks video too. So if that's something that you feel like you need some help with, some tips and tricks for The Sims 4, you should definitely go over there and check that out. Because her builds are awesome. And then come back and watch more of my videos. So I've been doing this for about 4 months now, and I really, really enjoy it. My boyfriend laughs at me because he was like, if you want to do something, you can do it. I watch you make your videos. Like, it's not like like you set your mind to something, you can do it. Because I've like been so what is it, prolific in my video making. Over the past 4 or 5 months, I have like, I think like 22 videos now, or one of them might be private because it was like a test video. 21 videos, so I guess this would probably be 22. So I've really been enjoying it. So again, I know I keep saying it, but thanks to everybody for supporting me. So this build turned out to be a little smaller on the inside than I was really expecting. So here I'm about to go into doing the kitchen, and I realized like it's just not gonna work. So I had to I had to rethink the layout a little bit, and so I ended up, you're about to see right here, like, this is not gonna work. I think it's when I pull the stove out and I realize, like, there's no way. Like, where am I gonna put the sink? Now they have nowhere to cook their food. They need at least one clear counter to be able to use. So I'm gonna have to change things. I kind of toyed with the idea of making the house bigger, but I'd already done so much work on the outside that I just decided, like, yeah, that it didn't make any sense, that I was going to have to replace too much stuff and it would take way longer. So I just decided to do the easier thing and just make the living room smaller instead. So this build really is more about the exterior than the interior, honestly, all. Like, the interior is fine, like, it looks good, but I definitely did not spend as much time detailing as I would normally do. Because again, I think the most impressive part about this build is the exterior, which is why I assume at this point probably like 95% of folks have already stopped watching, because it's true, the outside is like better, and like more interesting. And I think that's the part that people are more interested in or fascinated in, I guess, or fascinated with. I guess that's a question that I would have for you, maybe to put down in the comment section below. What are the parts that you like? Which do you prefer, the interior or the exterior? Which do you prefer watching, and why do you prefer watching it? Is it because you're looking for tips and tricks, you're looking to see what other folks do, or just because you enjoy watching it? So let me know down in the comments below, because that will help me decide what kinds of things maybe I should build. Although I definitely have kind of gotten recently into just like, I'm going to build whatever the heck I want, because that's why I'm doing this. My channel's not even monetized yet. Like, why am I why do I even care? Like, I should do what I want to do. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why I started doing this anyway. So, I feel like I'm talking really fast. I need to slow down. Sorry if my voice is a little, I don't know, scratchy, I guess. I feel like I've got a lot of vocal fry going on right now. um, but yeah, I stayed up really late last night editing videos and putting stuff together. So I finished this build and then I edited it, and then I finished another build and I edited that one too. So I stayed up really late, way too late, and then we played laser tag yesterday, and so I'm just like exhausted. So that's why maybe I sound this way. Sorry about that. Um, so I think one of the most difficult things about building for me right now is weeding through all my custom content when I'm trying to make a not custom content build. It's really difficult. Because I have so much now. Like I said, I have like 4.5 gigabytes worth. And I love it. It's great. So that is something that you can look forward to. I am going to be doing lots and lots more of custom content builds. So I have a build coming up soon where I renovated my apartment. So I built my and my boyfriend's apartment in The Sims 4, and then I don't think I filmed it because I'm an idiot. So I didn't film the actual building of the apartment, but I did film the renovation. So that's going to be coming out soon. And then also, this one doesn't have custom content, but I have the apple orchard. I know I keep talking about it and then I never put it up, but I do have the apple orchard coming out soon. So I'm excited about that. And then I haven't built these yet, but these I think are going to be coming up. I want to do an underground bunker, kind of like apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic, like underground bunker. Um, and that one will probably be no CC. And then I also want to do like a vampire club, not like a, you know what I mean, like a disco, like a discotheque. Um, so like a vampire, like a secret underground vampire club, like in a warehouse, probably on the lot in San Myshuno, where the old salt house is. Um, so I'm really looking forward to that too. That one also probably will not have any custom content, but I also want to do like a 70s inspired apartment or home. So that will have a bunch of custom content in it. So you can look forward to that as well. So those are some things that are coming up um, for me on my channel. This room I had a lot of trouble with the lighting. So you can see me, I'm like trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to make this lighter, brighter in here? And then eventually I figured out that I could, because of the way the bookshelf is, I could just hide a light behind the bookshelf and that's like really bright. And so that's what I did. So yeah, I just took that light and then I was like, oh, well, now I can get rid of these other stupid lights that don't shine very brightly at all. So that's what I did. So that's a trick. You can take that straight to the bank. Um, just, because I had like the bookcase built into the wall kind of, because that's where the fireplace was supposed to go. But when I sized the room, I realized that it wasn't going to look right in that corner. So anyway, so again, like I said, I didn't spend a whole lot of time cluttering up this room or any of the rooms really. But it's because I wanted to include like everything about building the exterior and then all of the landscaping at the end too, because usually I cut that out. So this is the only room upstairs that I included in this video. I like having oh my god, there we go again. I like having the bed in kind of the octagonal part of the room. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, I am so sorry. God, maybe I can edit that out. That was awful. Anyway, but it does make putting side tables next to the bed really difficult. And so I tried using the one, like the little tiny one from bowling night, because we don't have any really small side tables. So the only side tables that I have that are small are from like custom content other than the one from bowling night. So I put it in there, but when I play tested it, my sim wouldn't get into the bed on that side. So I can't remember if I deleted it before I uploaded it. I might have, but if it's still there, you're going to want to just delete it, this table right here, because I don't think the Sims can get into the bed on that side with that table there. I did play test the beds, but I realized I didn't play test the dining room, and that's probably kind of important because it's really small. So you might have to do that, and if it doesn't work, come up with some sort of solution, like put the table against the wall and only have 4 chairs or something like that. I just forgot to do it. I meant to do it, and I just forgot. But it's already up, so, and people have already started to download it, so I'm sure they'll let me know if it doesn't work. We're starting to come up on finishing the upstairs. You can see like the other rooms I've already done, a couple of them it looks like. And now we're moving on to the landscape. So again, I did the same thing. I kind of made like a palette of all of the different bushes and flowers that I wanted to use. So I put all of those out on the lawn, and then I started to copy them and move them to where I wanted to put them. So I mostly just used like the green bushes and then some white and purple flowers. I used a bunch of the flowers from Romantic Garden Stuff. So the what are they? The lupin and then the delphinium. Those purple flowers I wanted to use, but then I got rid of them. I used a lot of the lavender. And then the grass, and then those little Granite Falls flowers, just like the little white fluffy ones. And so I pretty much just copy those and move them around. And then one thing, I know some people have a hard time with landscaping, but what you want to do, and I've heard Hatsie say this too, but it's totally true though, you want to layer it. So put tall things in the back, and then medium things, and then short things. So you can see that I did that in the front. So I put like, or even right here, I made the lavender really tall, and then I used the lupin and the little blossom bushes, like the sunburst bushes or whatever they are, in the middle, and then I use those granite fall flowers around the edges. So it's nice and layered. So tall plants in the back, short plants in the front. And then also you just kind of want to, you don't want to like go overboard around the entire house. You just want to do it in certain places. So you can see some places there's just like bushes up against the side of the house. Some places, like one entire side of the house is just bushes. And then some places I do more of the flowers and make it more detailed. And then some places I do like a little bit. But that way it's not kind of overwhelming to the eye. You don't want it to be like an overload. And then one little thing that I did for detailing is I used the little irises, just kind of here and there. I just kind of interspersed them throughout the build, kind of like maybe they're growing wild. Even though I don't remember if those are annuals or perennials. Either way, they might grow wild, I guess, it's possible. So yeah, so I just kind of like interspersed them around, made it look cute, and then I realized that mailbox doesn't work. It has to be this mailbox. That mailbox works. So I also made a couple of like fountain areas. So I put a fountain in the front, and then in the back I also put an area for painting. And there's another fountain back there. And then I also put like a little table and chairs that are really cute. So there's a piano in this build too. There's, like I said, there's an easel in the backyard. So there's definitely stuff in here for Sims who are more creative minded. There's also a chess table in the living room. But again, obviously if you download this, like redecorate it, obviously make it what your Sims would want, what they would need, or what they would use, or what you like. This is just kind of like a guideline. So that bench came from the Romantic Garden Stuff Pack. I really love that, and well, maybe not obviously, but obviously to me, it works like really perfectly for this build. So I think now we're going to move on to the backyard. Yep. So I just made kind of like a little bit of a backyard area here. I didn't put a fence around this build. Normally, I feel like that's something that I would do, but I just didn't do it this time. I don't know why. I think I just kind of like having like the open lawn area. So I kind of picture like a very creative-minded woman lives in this house. And so that's why she's got like the nice little area to paint outside, and then she's got the piano inside. Even though it's funny because I made a male sim originally, and then I ended up making this more of like a softer pastel colors for the most part. Which I guess, men can enjoy too. It's not like I'm trying to be gender exclusive or anything like that. I'm just saying, traditionally, folks, okay, we do have to recognize that there are real traditional things that most people recognize, that there are some colors that are more feminine or masculine than others, but it's all just, created. We created it. What do they call it? Social construct. It's a social construct. In fact, pink actually used to be a color that represented masculinity and virility. And then all of a sudden, like in the early 1900s, it swapped, where blue was for boys and pink was for girls. It used to be opposite. I forget why. I forget what happened. But anyway, so I think we're coming up on the end of the build here. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble. I appreciate it. If you like this video, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. 100 subscribers by the end of October. I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a really great day.